For more debates, updates and bonus content, sign up at thebigconversation.show.
It is very rare to come across an actual nihilist.
Yes.
Almost nobody lives in that state. I can think of, in the modern era, I can think of probably only one person who pretty much approximates it, which is Michael Houellebecq, the French novelist, who certainly writes as a nihilist. But even he, you get the sense, and sorry, Justin, if I've said this before, I can't remember, but you get the sense is not completely capable of living as a nihilist either. If I'm giving a quick example, there's an extraordinarily disturbing. Sorry, I know we said we'd do 2 minutes with each question.
It's fine. Go ahead.
There's an extraordinary moment in a book by one of the surviving journalists from the Charlie Hebdo offices, who wrote a book called Disturbance a couple of years ago. Very, very upsetting book. But he described bumping into Michael Houellebecq at a party sometime after the massacre. And he recognizes him, and Michael Houellebecq has never met him before. They've both got bodyguards at this party. And Houellebecq sees the still very, very visibly wounded journalist come in, and they stand opposite each other for a moment in this terrible moment of recognition. And Michael Houellebecq quotes, I believe it's the Gospel of St. Matthew. He says in French to the journalist, he says, "Men of violence take it by force," and then leaves. It suggests to me that in Houellebecq's head, it isn't entirely nihilism either.
That even then, and who knows where that came from, a bit of memory of French Catholicism or whatever, phrases that did actually give meaning.
Yes.
And that's a Jesus phrase. Yeah. It's like my favorite novel by the Jewish novelist Chaim Potok is My Name is Asher Lev, where the young rabbinic student who discovers he's got an amazing gift for painting, which is not something that his rabbinic community wants to know about at all, is trying to find models for the pain of being a Jew in the modern world. And he travels from New York to Europe, and he goes around the galleries, and he comes back and he paints crucifixions. And obviously there's a lot of kind of Chagall and so on in the background of that. But part of the grasp of that is a sense of, even in an ultra-Orthodox community where the idea of a cross on the corner outside a church in a street somewhere would mean those are the people who think that we're God killers or whatever. So there's a real fear. Nevertheless, nothing but the crucifixion would do to express what he needed to express. And it's almost as though it's now woven in not just to culture, but the way that the human race is, that at the very moment when it tries to get away from all that traditional Christianity stuff, the best model with which to do it turns out to be something pretty central to what the Christian gospel was all about.